Hey guys, got another pickup. California. It is Friday the 19th. Go back home in a couple days. And this time I stopped in, what's the card shop's name? This is from JJ's Cards. And this is from Alakazam Comics. So they had a lot of comic stuff and cards there. And have this set up on a little cat carrier so I can show you what I'm looking through here at the same time. Maybe that's a good way to do it, maybe not. All right, so first off, these are just a bunch of bulk. They were charging 10 cents each, but I paid 50 bucks for 600 cards, so got a little bit of a discount. A lot of these are just nostalgic stuff. It's entirely for the TCG Player Store. They didn't really have any rhyme or reason to what was in there, and they clearly didn't care about card value for the bulk, because there was some $2, $3, $4, maybe one or two $5 cards in there. Just some random stuff. Hidden Arsenal, Secrets. I am contorting myself like crazy to get in this position. Some retro pack cards. Probably going to sell a lot of these at 50 cents price floor. Slowly over time, it'll take a while. Basically paid 4 cents or 10 cents each. And then the big score, which will take a lot longer and is mainly just to drive orders, is $530 from JJ's Card Shop. They had an amazing YuGiOh event going on, probably 8 to 10 people. An amazing inventory, but they were very stingent on matching market, and they had like a 50-cent price floor themselves, which is what I do. So we had to really rack our brain to figure out what I was going to buy and why. So I basically just focused on the staples. A lot of Common Called by the Graves. Paid 40 cents each on those. I'm going to have to sell them for $1 to make it make sense, but having them in inventory drives a lot of cart optimizer sales. Maybe 8 or 7, something like that, of these secret polys. Some Wayne Caribos, and we started the deal off with $2 each for each Exodia limb from LDK2. Some are first, some are reprints, some are originals. And then Exodia heads from LDK2, all commons. So this started it at, those are the heads were $3 each. This started at $122 for those. And then a lot of the other stuff was like 50 cents or $1. Sometimes he gave me a good deal. Sometimes it was like more expensive than market or TCG low, because he went by verified. I think those were 50 cents each. I can't quite remember. Access code, these are BLCRs. I think we did $1 each on those. This is, like I said, a lot of In-N-Out burgers and shake. These were 50 cents each. These are a lot of price floor sales, so I can probably mark them up to $1 each and just slowly get card optimizer sales over time. Maybe take these to the card show, do a little bit well on people that like eHero stuff. I went to the Redmond card show and had a display of a bunch of staples out there. They were pretty cheap cards, but because they were in front of people, they spent like $1 or $2 on them. And a lot of people asked for eHeroes. These were all zombie deck Mizukis, a bunch of random common Veilers I paid 50 cents each on. That's what they go for, so I could have just bought them online, but they were like right in front of me. And organized and everything. 50 cents on these MP22 Ghost Mourners, Rarity Collection Designators. I'm trying to get my full face like this, but I have to lean forward to do the cards. More Ghost Mourners. I asked for a lot of these gods. These are the Legendary Collection gods, both the 25th anniversary and the originals. They're pretty cheap. I paid 50 cents each, which is, some of them are even cheaper than that, but you know, it's good to get a lot all at once. BLMR Macrocosmos. We thought these were a good deal, but then we had the wrong filter on. I still bought them 50 cents each. Dark Magician Girl, 50 cents each on these. There's a lot of Speed Duel commons. Just iconic characters. He's out of Stardust Dragons, or what about those? Hero Neos, Raigekis. I think they were like $1 each, maybe. The maximum gold ones. Dark Hole from BLMR. 2 Structure Deck 14 Imperms. Lightning Storms, all supers. These were pretty expensive. These were $4 each. Stratos, Mago, MGED. Ash Blossoms were $6. These were $4. And these are the super rare Speed Duel promo DMGs. These are some pretty beat up penny sleeves. And then the one card that he went below price for on, well, one of the two, was the Elemental Hero Bubble Man, because they had so many of them. So they sold these to me for $1 each. So shout out to Dario. He definitely had his knowledge base for Yu-Gi-Oh! And was able to really help me dig deep and figure out what I wanted to buy. We spent about 2 hours together. So even though the price discount wasn't really there what I would normally do, it is good enough that I bothered to buy it for stocking my TCG Player Store, which will drive the sale of other cards. So yeah, I've spent a couple $1,000s being out here, sometimes online, sometimes in person. Bought a big old binder I might show you guys in the next video. About $2,500 worth of cards. I spent $1,000 on that in 2 deals. Shout out to Chris, I think, and Figaro. So some long-term connections. I walked around to the LA card show. A bunch of different vendors. Gave out my business card to all of them. Said, if you guys ever find Yu-Gi-Oh! I started by saying, like, do you guys have any Yu-Gi-Oh? No. And then some people might find this annoying, but it's important to get the information. Do you even have some at home? And some people are like, no, I just said I don't have any. But other people, probably about 5 people that I asked that follow-up question to, they're like, oh yeah, I got so much at home. I'm like, then why didn't you say so? Gave them my card. Some people have like thousands of bulk. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So that's why you have to ask follow-up questions and not just take no for an answer, because clarity. It feels really weird asking people, like, I called a bunch of card shops and I said, I'm looking for bulk and singles. Do you have any Yu-Gi-Oh? No, we don't do Yu-Gi-Oh at all. Or we don't do Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I'll say, do you even have like bulk in the back that you haven't gotten to? Because some stores, like, they'll say they don't do it, but they'll still pick it up as collections. And that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for specifically, because like with this comic book shop, they just had a lot of bulk for different card games and definitely didn't specialize in Yu-Gi-Oh, but I picked up a decent deal there. So ask for what you want. It still feels a little awkward, but I'm trying to get past that, because one follow-up question is not bad. SloppyTurkeyCards.com. Thanks for watching. These are definitely, I'm just trying to get myself to film stuff. I keep worrying about high production value. I used to make Pokemon Go videos on Rubik's Sky, my main channel, and the editing just scared me away. So I'm just trying to tell myself, just post, just record. iPhone has dual capture now, so this is just one iPhone recording front and back. So thanks for watching, and next time I'll show you guys the binder, or if there's any other cool pickups. Peace out. SloppyTurkeyCards.com if you want to sell anything. And yeah, just reach out to me that way. Or my TCG Player Store, Sloppy Turkey and Sloppy Turkey Cards.